like at the start of this trip against the Warriors again tonight, you guys didn't really find the pace that they were playing at early in the game. Just what do you feel like gives you guys problems about that? Teams that play fast like that.
Just gotta match that energy, find the pace as you said. Especially like in early in the game, like if you're not locked in, not able to match the same energy that as them, you're gonna have problems. I think like starting the game, he sets the tone for the rest of the game. You know that it's gonna be a track meet. You know they're gonna play fast. You know they're gonna shoot the ball with 17 seconds on the clock. If you're not locked in from the first second, you're gonna have problems. And we wasn't locked in.
Uh, Doc had mentioned that also happened early in the year against the Pacers. And in the playoffs, teams are going to be thinking about ways to try to find an advantage of you. That might be it. How do you feel like you can get that under control if you start to feel it slip away early?
Uh, Gotta find ways to manage the game. You gotta like have rules in transition defense, like who's gonna crash, who's gonna sprint back. You gotta make shots. When you make shots, it slows down the whole thing. But I don't like. I'll be very honest with you. Going to the playoffs, you have what 15 games left. I don't think that's gonna be way for teams to find advantage against us. I believe when you play playoff basketball, kind of might be more physical, but it kind of slows down. The pace slows down. There's gonna be times that teams gonna play fast and try to take advantage in transition. Basketball, play transition basketball against us, but I think the game slows down and it's crazy. First time in my career that might be our strength. When the game kind of slows down. But we have to be better, man. Got to be better. Got to do a better job setting the tone. We got to do a better job, getting back. Transition defense, we got to do a better job keeping the ball in front of us. I feel like it wasn't just a transition defense; like guys were just beating us off the dribble too. Um, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, when the ball gets, they forced 13. The Kings forced 13 turnovers and they got 11 steals. That what you mean by keeping the ball in front of you and ball handling?
No, I mean defensively, like guarding the ball, keeping the guy in front of you, do not allow straight line drives or sometimes like whenever you don't keep the ball in front of you, like they break down our defense and they make something happen and they have great guys that can make that floater, they can play make. They have a great big that when a guard is playing 2 against 1, they have Sabonis out there. It's kind of hard. So you got to keep the ball. You got to contain the ball as much as you can. And I think we wasn't able to do that as well tonight.
When the ball gets sticky, kind of Doc mentioned that against Golden State too, where the ball movement just isn't maybe where you think it should be or want it to be. Is that a Bucks thing, or is that an element of what Golden State and Sacramento does?
No, it's
or other
Bucks.
teams?
Bucks. Got to move the ball. But it's kind of hard to. I get it. I get why it's happening. Especially, for example, when you get double team every single time in the post, like you want to play, you want to impact the game. You cannot just be passive and just passing the ball. You gotta impact the game in a way. Sometimes you gotta beat the double team. Sometimes you gotta make something happen. And when they're blitzing Dame every single time, sometimes he's gonna hold the ball, try to see if he can find a crack. To make something happen. Like I get why it's happening. But we have to work on it. We're going to see that in the next game we're going to play against Philly. We're going to see that in the next game we're going to play in the playoffs. Like, we got to be able to beat the teams from the post when they double team us. We got to be able to beat teams when they blitz us, find the right outlets. Guys get to the middle of the floor, try to spread it out to the corners, guys making shots. Like, you have to find ways to be effective no matter what the defense does. Do I believe that the ball was sticky tonight? 100%. It was sticky, you know. But again, we didn't make shots either. So what are you gonna do? When you're the leader of the team, what do you do? When you're Dame, what do you do? When you're Giannis, what do you do? You just keep on giving, or you try to make something happen. So that's the struggle of being a leader of the team. So at the end of the day, today was a game that the ball was sticky. Maybe next game we can be better. We can make shots. The ball cannot be like it's easy when everybody's feeling the ball, everybody's making shots, and the ball is moving. That's when it's easy.
The Kings, they stopped the 14-game losing streak most of your career. Did you kind of like feel like, you know, that
14?
15? I think, yeah, you guys beat them 15 straight, but which is most of your career. You did, I don't think you knew about that.
I had no idea. I had no idea. So we've beaten them 15 times
15
straight.
which is most of your career, Giannis.
Wow. Wow. You jinxed us. No, I'm joking. No, they played great. They played great. They played with great pace. They played with intent. Everybody that came in scored the ball. Fox, Malik Monk, Sabonis, Barnes, everybody that touched the ball scored the ball tonight. It was a team win for them. They played great.
I have to ask you, I know you had a little discussion out there with Sasha. I know he hasn't been playing for the last 7 weeks though, but how do you feel about him, you know, being in the league?
I'm happy for him. You know, wish him, you know, fast recovery to get back healthy and help his team in any way possible. And he's a great player. He knows how to play the game, and he's a great guy to have on your team.